Welcome inside H&PE Arena for tonight's SWAC matchup. It's the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M taking on your Fighting Tigers of Texas Southern University. Inside the broadcast booth in the H&P Arena, Nick Strong alongside my color commentary tonight, Akil Williams, a student here at Texas Southern, and Marcus Smith on the sidelines. Akil, let's talk about the Texas Southern University Fighting Tigers real quickly. They came off a big win versus the Hornets Saturday night. They're in first place, and they're led by redshirt junior Zach Lofton, who's cold as ice, like from Minnesota.
And I like that slogan right there with Zach Lofton. Zach Lofton right now is the best player in the SWAC / best scorer. He's averaging close to 21 per game in conference play, 18 points per game overall, and he fits the system like no other in Mike Davis' system.
On the other side of the basketball, Quintarian McConical leads the Alabama A&M Bulldogs.
He's the same way on the Alabama A&M Bulldog side. The offense ran through him. He's right now arguably the best big man in the SWAC tonight. If they want to win the game, it has to go through McConical.
Let's go quickly to Marcus Smith on the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, in this game, a tale of two different teams. You have the Tigers at 7-1 going up against the Alabama A&M Bulldogs at 1-7. But in this matchup particularly, I like the big man down low from Chicago, Marvin Jones, a 7-footer. This Texas Southern team can only go as far as he takes them. Guys, we're in for a really good show today. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Marcus Smith on the sideline. Here we go. It's game time here at the H&P Arena. Fans still on their feet until the Tigers score the first basket. Alabama A&M with the Bulldogs going from right to left on your computer screen in the maroon jerseys. Tigers in their traditional gray jerseys with maroon trim. Losing the basketball right there was the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M. It will be Tiger basketball early on.
Big play, two possessions right there on both Alabama A&M and TSU. Both big men lost control of the ball. You see Marvin Jones first possession in the game, missed the dunk, and D.C. McConical lose the ball. Now it's TSU's ball right now.
Shot is up right there by Delani Robinson. Count the bucket, and everybody will be seated. Akil, let's get into the keys to victory tonight for the TSU Tigers.
Well, the key to victory, number one, they have to get to the free throw line. They shoot 76%. That's better than last year when they shot barely 70% from the free throw line. They have 270 attempts from the free throw line. Number two, don't let the Bulldogs beat you inside. Alabama State lost by 3 points last game, but the state Alabama A&M rivalry, they kept attacking the paint inside, and they have a guy McConical that is probably right now the best big man in all of SWAC play right now, and he can get to the lane, get to the paint at any time he wants.
And he just put the ball in the basket right there. What's your third key to victory tonight for the Tigers?
Stick to playing Tiger basketball. You at home. You have probably the best. You have the best record in SWAC at home. You don't have no more than 5 losses. You 54-4 since 2010. So right now they have to stick to playing Tiger basketball. Stick to Mike Davis' system. You can win this game.
3-0 this season at home for the TSU Tigers. They are 8-10 on the road and in neutral play. Here's a shot real quick from Zach Lofton and flushed home by the big man from Chi-Town, Marvin Jones.
And that's what Marvin Jones can do, Nick. Marvin Jones can be athletic. He's long. He's 7 foot 225. He can get into the paint. And only thing he has to do is just stay out of foul trouble. That's all he has to do, and he can be effective and have an impact on this Tigers team.
Ariston Johnston, 12 left on the shot clock. Here comes a shot by the Bulldogs off the glass by Deedrick Petty. No good. Rebound by the Tigers. Right side, looking for Jalen McLeod. He'll pull up from the corner pocket. Buckets.
And
count it.
And he has been hot as of late. He just got equipped to the starting lineup after the Prairie View game, and he hasn't lost that spot ever since.
17 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. In the first half. Still inside the women's game now.
And that was a good game as well.
It was a great game. On the foul by the Tigers. Going to be number 24, Marvin Jones, with his first. Let's get into the keys to victory tonight for the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M.
Well, right now, to get into the early run, they down 5 points right now, but they have to get into the early run to get the crowd out the game first. And you cannot give TSU an ability to have a big lead, or you're going to be down all night. It's going to be a nightmare for you. Number two, attack the paint early and often. You have the big man in Quintarian McConical, right? He's averaging 18 and 8 as a senior. Last year was Ladarius Tabb's team. Now, obviously, it's McConical's team. We just seen a nasty dunk again from Marvin Jones, who's putting an impact right now. They get to the paint early and often. And number three, be patient on offense. Take your time. You have a point guard in battle who's a floor general. He's one of the better guards in the SWAC. He's not really a scorer. He just has that leadership, and he is a floor general. He's an on-court extended coach for that Bulldogs team.
Keys to victory there by the Tigers and keys to victory there for the Bulldogs. Looking for a great game tonight here. Tigers with the early lead, leading 9-2 by 7 early on here. Media timeout coming up real soon here for this contest.
And you see right now, Delani Robinson is into the starting lineup. He didn't start the last few games. He usually come off the bench along with Trey Jefferson, but he's now starting in place of Tyree Bonham, the senior.
Kevin Scott with the over-the-back foul there. After the shot by Delani Robinson. He looks like he's going to take the shot tonight. He just took a three there, 34 for 99, shooting 34% on the season is Delani Robinson from outside the arc.
And Delani Robinson, he's a guy right now, Nick, that's a person that can shoot the three, but not consistent. He's not on a consistent basis. This is the difference between this TSU team from the last few years when you had Madarius Gibbs, Blanks, Chris Thomas, Dad Griffin. This team right here is full of the main players was redshirt last week. We talked about Zach Lofton, Delani Robinson, DeMontre Jefferson, who will be in the game soon, being that 6 man off the bench. This team is different from any other Coach Davis team. They're not really a shooting team. They're more of a slasher. Like I said, the offense just ran through Zach Lofton, who is a slasher, who could score all around. But everybody else is not a consistent three-point shooter like you've seen in the past with Malcolm Riley, Omar Strong, and them guys like that. So this is a very unique, very different Coach Davis team.
Akil, a junior student, a junior here at Texas Southern University. Where you from, Akil?
Houston, Texas.
Houston,
Actually,
Texas.
in Missouri City, Texas. On the outskirts of Houston. You know, we are people that's outside of Texas, you got to say the main city. So I'm going to say Houston, Texas, but people that know about Houston, Texas, they know about Missouri City, Texas.
Graduate of
Stafford High School.
Stafford High School. Great program with the Spartans out there. Here's a shot there off the Alabama A&M Bulldogs tip on the rebound. Count the bucket. 9-5. The TSU Tigers lead by, actually it was 9-1. Actually, there's the 5. There's the 5th point right there. They lead by 4 now. Here comes a cross-court pass off the full-court pressure. Jalen McLeod to the bucket. And last touch by the Tigers. And Bulldogs have it. And a quick foul there by number 1, Jalen McLeod.
And if you're an Alabama A&M team that's 1-7 right now, they changed the whole system with the tournament now. Instead of all 10 teams going to the SWAC tournament, now there's 8. You at a point now where you're 1-7, you're last in the SWAC, you're on the road. Your mindset coming into this game, you just beat a team that TSU lost to on the road in Mississippi Valley State in overtime by 14, 103-89. Now your confidence level, you down 4, 15 minutes left. You have nothing to lose right now. Play your hardest. Just play your hardest. Stick to your game plan.
Media timeout on the floor. We'll send it back to the studios. You're watching Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Welcome back to Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside Akil Williams, the junior student here at Texas Southern University. Fighting Tigers lead this one by 4. 9-5 is your score. Just over 15 minutes left to go here in the first half. Let's go live to the sidelines with sideline reporter Marcus Smith.
Continue to get easy buckets. Hey, they're not playing help on the baseline. He said if they're not playing help, attack, and be relentless with it. Defensively, he wants them to stay down. You don't need to jump so much. It creates offensive rebounds and other opportunities for Alabama A&M. He wants them to stay down and continue to play fundamental defense. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Marcus. And he made a good point there. You know, it's all about defense here in this contest. Alabama A&M, they may have a 1-7 record inside the SWAC, Akil, but they're not a bad basketball team.
No, not at all. Not at all. They're a good team. They're a team that you don't look like as a 1-7 team. Yes, I understand you lost Ladarius Tab. The offenses ran through actually not only just Mechanical, but you have a freshman in Petty. I like the long-term future of Alabama A&M because it's going to be in good hands after Mechanical leaves. He's a senior right now. You're going to have Edric Petty, who's a freshman, 6'1", 170 from the Alabama area. And They in good hands. They are not an ordinary 1-17 because, like I said earlier, you go into this game plan attacking the paint because TSU was struggling in the paint against their rival Alabama State. They kept going in the second half, attacking the paint. Yes, Marvin Jones is long, 7 foot, 225. But once you get him out the game, who you have left to guard McConaughey? That's gonna be the question. So that would be the key for this Alabama A&M because they're not your ordinary 1-7 team in the conference.
9-5 your score. TSU up by 4. The Bulldogs of Alabama A&M coming into town tonight. They lost to Prairie View Saturday night. Here's the long shot off the glass. No good by Deedrick Petty. Here come the Tigers. DeMontre Jefferson into the contest. What do you like about DeMontre Jefferson?
He's a highlight reel. DeMontre Jefferson is a highlight reel. He sat out last season. But, Nick, I want to ask you a question. We on YouTube. We on YouTube live. You streaming. Trey Jefferson's hoop mixtape video is on YouTube. He has to have over 3 million followers, 3 million views. This man is electrifying, and his theory is this. I have a theory about DeMontre Jefferson. When he gets on the floor for the first time, he look at his defenders. He look at his defender that's guarding him, and he sees, okay, I'm going to make a couple of hesitation moves and crossover. If the defender bites on it, then okay, I have him rattle a little bit. I have him shaking. But if he don't, he just go back to playing ordinary basketball. But if you shake on him the first time and you nervous guarding him, then you're going to be in for a long night with Trey Jefferson.
Quick shot there by Evan Wiley off the glass. Gives the Bulldogs 2 more points. They now trail by 4. Here's DeMontre Jefferson right here. Google him up on YouTube or search him on YouTube. Zach Lofton to the glass. Off the bucket. Count it. 13-7 your score.
It's looking too easy right now for Zach Lofton. Zach Lofton, like I said, the best scorer in the SWAC. I haven't seen a score like this in the Coach Davis system except when he had Omar Strong and Eric Murray. That's the only time. But this man right here is electrifying on the court.
That'll be a goaltending violation right there. The ball was actually going in, and one of the Bulldogs kind of interfered with it. So they're gonna cancel those 2 points there by the A&M Bulldogs.
And now Alabama A&M, you have Marvin Jones out the game. You still have McConaughey, but you have Stevie Bennett on TSU. That's going to be quite an interesting matchup right there to see how Bennett plays McConaughey.
Jefferson driving to the lane. Here's the jump step. Created his own shot. Count the buckets. 15-7 your score. The Tigers extend the lead to 8.
That's a great shot from Trey Jefferson. It looks like sometimes it's a questionable shot when he fades back, when he does the fadeaway shot, or he floats it because he's so small, he's so short, but he has a heart. But sometimes it goes in. He's one of them volume shooters that you have on this team that you got to be grateful for.
Here's Wiley. Couldn't put it inside the bucket. Jelani Robinson comes away with the behind-the-back dribble, showing off some of his skills. Robinson going up strong.
Nice layup.
Finger roll.
Nice layup. Nice layup by Robinson on that one.
And that'll get the crowd into this contest here. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. Akil Williams, the Tigers off to a good start here, but it's the Bulldogs that may not be playing a good game so far here in the first half.
Mind you, they're not playing a good game at all right now, Nick. Like I said, one of the keys was to get out early. Get out early, but you're down 10. Now you dug yourself in the hole on the road. You just lost to Prairie View. You at home. You on the road against the toughest team at home in TSU. You down 10, but it's not over yet. It's far from over. We've seen this plenty of times in basketball, really. In college, you down early on the road. You got to find a way to get back into it.
And what is Coach Willie Hayes telling his team right now inside that huddle?
It's early. You down 10, but it's early. You have Marvin Jones out the game. You have to find a way to attack that paint. Find a way to attack the paint. Because we've seen a couple of possessions ago, Nick, when they posted up on Zach Lofton. They're going to find a way sometimes to post up their guards because TSU's right now is playing man up.
Just above 12 minutes left to go here in the first half. TSU leads it by 10, 17-7. Bulldogs the basketball going from right to left on your computer screen. Battle going down low to McConaughey. McConaughey, no. Offensive foul on the Bulldogs. It'll be Texas Southern Fighting Tiger basketball.
And we got to give props to assistant coach Donnie Marsh. He is like, we watch Star Wars. Well, I do, at least.
Yeah, you do.
You know, we have Darth Vaders and, you know, the the Yodas, the guys, the Jedi Masters. He's like a Jedi Master when it comes to defense.
Yes.
He finds a way to shut down your opposing score, and that's one of the things that Alabama A&M got to watch out for. You seen the immediate double team on that last possession on him with a nice layup by Zach Lofton.
Yeah, Zach Lofton turned around and he saw daylight right there, and he attacked the rim and put 2 more points in the scorebooks for the Tigers. 19-7. The Tigers lead by 12 here.
Rapid score, and Zach Lofton getting to the paint easily. This game kind of reminds me of Carmelo Anthony a little bit. Don't you notice that a little bit? He kind of played like a little Carmelo Anthony. That's a little bit of that in him.
Eugene Jones going up, and the Tigers come away with the shot here. Here comes Delani Robinson. Delani will pull up from downtown. And an air ball there. Saved by the Tigers, but McConaughey just all his 6'8" frame right there saving the pass for the Bulldogs. Inside, Eugene Jones, count the bucket. Eugene Jones, the sophomore from Belleville, Illinois. His first 2 points of the contest.
Thought Delani Robinson was going to make that shot the way he came on the transition. He could have easily just pulled it out, but Coach Davis still has him in the game right now. We see Tyree Bynum about to check in the game as well, the senior.
Delani Robinson gives it to Jefferson. 7 left on the shot clock. Trey going down low to Lofton. Lofton under the glass. And it may be a foul there on the Tigers.
Great find on Trey just with the spin move. He found him to dish the no-looker to Zach Lofton.
Media timeout on the floor. Tigers lead this one by 10, 19-9. You're watching Fighting Tiger basketball here on the TSU Sports Network.
Uptown Diamond offers an experience like no other. From the 100% customization to the true lifetime guarantee, we identify the traditional 4 C's: cut, color, clarity, and carat. But capture is something only Uptown Diamond provides. Capture is a diamond's intangible ability to accurately reflect you and the special person receiving your custom jewelry. You've captured her heart. Now, take her breath away.
Welcome back to Fighting Tiger basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Zach Lofton to the free throw line, puts both free throws inside the bucket. Make the score 21-9 here in favor of the Tigers. They lead by 12. Let's take a look on the sidelines, and let's go to Marcus Smith over there right about now.
Guys, Coach Davis is loving the play of his Tigers early on in this game. He says, I'm loving the energy. Keep playing like that. Defensively, he wants us to cover the middle. There's been a lot of easy layups that they've been giving up down low, and if they can cut that off, you'll see a big blowout game. Right now it's 21-11. We'll see what they have left in store, guys.
Yeah, and great job. And as we get into it, I kind of like the play of the Tigers so far tonight, too. We talked about it early in the first game. You don't want to play down to anybody's level, as you see DeMontre Jefferson giving Lamont Walker an alley-oop layup there. But what are some things that you like about the Tigers here early on, Akil?
Well, they're 7-1 right now in the SWAC. And you see sometimes most teams at home or on the road, they take their opponents lightly when they have a record of 1-7. When you're a bottom feeder in the conference, teams that's at the top usually likely takes breaks sometimes, have dead moments in the game. But right now, the first 10 minutes of the game, they are punching it in. They up by double figures right now. They making it look easy. They playing Tiger basketball.
What are some of the things that you like about these Alabama A&M Bulldogs, although they're down 12 points right now?
They're fighting. They're fighting right now. They're trying their hardest. You got McConaughey right now with 6, like I expected him to have an impact. I like how they look. I like them at what they're doing right now, Nick. They are playing, like I said, not like a 1-7 team. They're fighting. They're not scared of TSU. They're not scared at all because we look at the games last year, even though it was different teams. You had a Darius Tab on Alabama A&M, and you had Derek Griffin, Blanks, Malcolm Riley, along with those seniors that was on that team. They still playing hard. They playing Alabama A&M basketball.
Stephon Bennett slams it home there for the Tigers with the assist by DeMontre Jefferson. Chunk up another assist to DeMontre. I like his play at the point guard position. On the season, he's averaging 3 assists per game.
Oh, right now, he's the guy to energize. He's the energizer bunny on that team. He's come off that bench, and it's electric. He brings that energy. Great block by Bennett, too, as well, with Marvin Jones being on the bench. And Trey, he's playing like Trey Jefferson. Trey Jefferson is a guy, he has all the energy. Because you've seen him at times early in the season, he started. But you have to realize he's like your 6 man. Coach Davis knows what he's doing. He's the best coach in the SWAC for a reason. And he knows what he's doing with Trey Jefferson.
Trey Jefferson actually sitting out the first, 7 or 8 games as well.
Yeah, first 7 to 8
Got
games.
into the starting lineup during the SWAC. He came out the starting lineup. He's like that spark plug off the bench, as you said, at the Energizer Bunny.
Yes.
Bulldogs with the basketball now as they drive into the lane. Great defense there by the Tigers. And actually, Tyree Bynum thought he could have saved that basketball, but I think he wanted to spare Coach Davis his body there.
Exactly. Tyree Bynum is the guy that he's not going to show up on the stat sheet. You're not going to see him scoring 20, 15. He's the guy that bring the hustle. He's the guy that bring the hustle. And great block again by Stephon Bennett.
DeMontre Jefferson off the glass. Great play there by the Tigers. They take the lead now, Akil, by 16.
Making it look easy. Everybody's playing Tiger basketball. Right now, this is the best half I've seen thus far at this point that I've seen all conference play with TSU.
$10 left on the shot clock here by the Bulldogs. Battle. Puts it in the hands of Jones, and Jones off the glass as he's fouled as he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
I think they playing good basketball right now because they know it's opening weekend Super Bowl. The week is energized, the city's energized. I think, that's probably what it is. It has a part to it, a little motivation. Next game this Saturday against Prairie View, the rivalry game.
Be a big game Saturday night here, 5:30 and 7:45. You can watch it again live on YouTube here. Nick Strong with student here, Akil Williams, Jr. from Stafford, Texas, or Missouri City, Texas, went to Stafford High School.
It's kind of weird because Missouri City and Stafford is like left foot is in Missouri City, right foot is in Stafford. It's right there next to each other, Long and Sugar Land. It's all one city. So I like to say Missouri City.
You played basketball there at Stafford as well?
Yeah, I played basketball there from 07 to 11. Was on varsity junior year and senior year at TSU, at Stafford, excuse me.
Tyree Bynum from downtown, count the buckets.
Great shot.
His foot was on the line. It's a 2. Foot was on the line. They'll count it as a 2. 29-12. The Tigers have an early 17-point lead here. Media timeout coming up real soon.
And you see everyone getting involved right now for TSU off the bench as well.
And I'm not sure, but I think Marvin Jones may have tipped that one in on accident.
I think it was on accidental tip.
Tigers in the last 8 minutes going to try to keep this lead here. Alabama A&M with their only victory this year versus Mississippi Valley. Tyree Bynum with the floater, count the bucket.
That's the thing about Tyree Bynum. He can play. He's a senior. He knows this system. Once he makes one shot, then he can start to get going, boosts his morale, boosts his confidence. Because he's not a bad player. He's not at all.
Battle. Takes it up top. Floats it down low to Sharif. Sharif couldn't put it inside the bucket. Last touch by a Tiger, and it'll be Alabama A&M basketball. Media timeout on the floor. Tigers lead this one 31-14. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger basketball here on the TSU Sports Network.
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Ellen is the only car dealer I will ever buy a car from.
Come see us at Kirby at the Southwest Freeway.
I'm Percy Cruzo. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
Hello, I'm Alan Helfman, Vice President of River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge. This is my friend and customer, Miss Georgia Provost. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Chrysler 300. River Oaks Chrysler Jeep and Dodge has the all-new, totally redesigned Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Ellen is the only car dealer I will ever buy a car from.
Come see us at Kirby and the Southwest Freeway.
Welcome back to Fighting Tiger basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside TSU student Akil Williams, Marcus Smith on the sideline hanging out with Rex the Tiger. Bulldogs trail this one 31-14. Check that with the 2 points right there. Make it 31-16. They now trail by 15. Let's go live to Marcus Smith on the sidelines.
Guys, all positive things out there on the bench from Coach Davis, but being the perfectionist that he is, one of the things he told the team is, hey, we're getting fancy with these rebounds, thinking we can just grab it with one hand. 2 hands on the basketball, fella. Let's get back to the fundamentals and keep it there. They developed a big lead so far, and it looks like they're not going to relinquish that, but we'll see, guys.
Yeah, you got to remember the fundamentals of basketball at the end of the day, no matter whether you're up 40 or 20 or 2. You got to keep both hands on the basketball. You don't want to lose those loose balls out there. They're too important.
Not at all. You have a big lead right now. I understand you want to get fancy. You at home. You feeling confident. Everything is going in for you. But, hey, we seen this last year. Even though it wasn't Alabama A&M, it was Grambling. They had a huge lead. They was up by almost 30. Grambling came in and only lost by single digits. So if you're telling your guys in the huddle, hey, grab the rebound with 2 hands, please. Let's keep this lead and keep punching it on them.
And the lead is up to 18 now, 34-16. Tigers lead with just over 6 minutes left to go here in the first half. Zach Lofton looking for Tyree Bynum. And a quick foul against the Bulldogs. I think it's going to go up against number 44, Mohammed Sharif, the sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if Mohammed Sharif and Tyree Bynum know each other. They're from the same spot.
They have to be. You know, we're in the AAU era. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if they knew each other or even played on the same team maybe.
Marvin Jones running the point guard position. No, he gives it up to Tyree Bynum real quick. Zach Lofton with the basketball now at the top of the key. Lofton drives, puts it off the glass, rebound, Stephen Bennett. Great job there by Mr. Bennett. Bennett, the 6'10", graduate senior from Lake Station, Indiana.
Hey, Stephen Bennett, man, you seen him for the first time alongside Marvin Jones. You really don't see that too often. This is probably our first time seeing Marvin Jones and Stephen Bennett in the game at the same exact time. We could call them the Twin Towers if they keep it up the rest of the game.
Yeah, Stephen Bennett hasn't been getting that much playing time lately, but tonight Coach Davis goes to him in the crunch. You know, especially he's averaging 4 points a game and only 3 rebounds per game. But, you know, Stephen Bennett right now with 4 points in this contest, and it's a loud 4 points so far.
Very loud 4 points, and he's making his presence felt on the defensive end of the side too. He's making his presence felt on that, and I think it's because Alabama A&M is undersized. You take away Sharif and McConaughey, you have guys the same height and shorter than TSU players, so they're taking advantage of that. That's why you see the presence being felt from Bennett this game. You see Trey Jefferson make a nasty mid-range pull-up on the elbow.
Yeah, DeMontre Jefferson putting up 9 points tonight so far, leads all TSU scores, leads all scores in this contest with 9 points.
And Trey is capable of that, Nick. He's a capable guy that can put up 30 in the game. Seen it plenty of times in high school. He's a guy that can do it, but you know, the Mike Davis system, you're a point guard. Not too many point guards can have that impact like you could in high school, have that free will. You got to play within the system. But great game so far from Trey Jefferson.
Shot is up here by Marcus Merriweather. Rebound, McConaughey, and Marvin Jones swatting it off the glass. Shot clock violation against the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M. Another turnover early on for those guys from the other side of Alabama.
Great block from Marvin Jones. Not fouling. He has only one foul in this game. Should hope you don't pick up your second foul in this first half before halftime comes.
Stat that points out to me so far from the last media timeout, 14 points off the bench for the TSU Tigers. 9 of those go to DeMontre Jefferson.
Most of those go to DeMontre Jefferson because he's that guy that he's playing like a 6-man right now, Nick. He's playing like a 6-man. And points off a turnovers, 8-0 from the last media timeout. And we have points in the paint. We talked about last week how Alabama State was punishing them in the paint. Now TSU's doing the same to Alabama A&M.
Early adjustments here for the Tigers. I know they're up by 22 points right now, but what would you like to see more of from TSU?
Just stick to playing Tiger basketball, like I said before the game started. Just stick to playing your style of basketball. Take your time. No need to rush anything. I understand you want to put up as many points as you can right now. You up by 22. But, hey, you have McLeod in. You have Jefferson. Jefferson is the hot man right now. You have these guys. You see them running the plays right now. Just keep running your plays. Play within the system. Don't blow the lead.
Bulldogs trailing now by 22. DeMontre Jefferson with the basketball. Jefferson wants to go to Jones. McLeod driving into the lane, off the glass, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And, Nick, I like this team. I really do like this TSU team. When I seen them practice last year, when I seen Delani and these guys practice, they was a team that I knew that could be reckoned with in the SWAC the next couple of years.
Well, we'll see how they fare in the next couple of minutes. 38-16 your score. Tigers lead by 22. You're watching Fighting Tiger Basketball live on the TSU Sports Network.
I'm Percy Cruzo. If you haven't been to French's Chicken, or if it's been a while since your last visit, no place does chicken like Frenchie's. Our chicken is seasonized with our blend of Creole herbs and spices. Our side dishes include the tastiest greens and red beans and rice you'll ever put in your mouth. Try our new King Roll rotisserie chicken at our Scott Street location. Come on by French's Chicken, where the taste lasts forever.
Hello, I'm Alan.
Welcome back to TSU Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside Akeel Williams. 38-16 your score. The Tigers lead this one by 22, and they're kind of running away from the Alabama A&M Bulldogs early on here in the first half.
Oh, they running away right now. They playing like the best team in the SWAC. We throw away that Mississippi Valley State loss. They looking like the best team in SWAC right now thus far in this first half.
Let's go to Marcus Smith on the sidelines.
Guys, this time the message was simple. Take care of the basketball. You see how they developed this large lead. He doesn't want to see that lead get diminished. So he told them expect a press after every one of their made buckets. Be ready to break that press. Be ready to break that press with the pass. And, of course, you have to see the man right down the middle. Back to you guys.
Yeah, and, that's just what probably they're going to do. They're going to try to get some defense on these Tigers, and they're going to try to full court press these guys.
You seen that last play, Marvin Jones got hit in the face.
Injury timeout.
And it was an accident, but you don't want to see that for none of your players.
He's bleeding.
He's bleeding right now.
Yeah.
Probably was in the nose.
And they're going to take an injury timeout. They're going to insert.
Like they're going to put in Zach Lofton maybe.
Yeah, they're going to have to clean up that floor right there. And let's see if they go to the floor or going to continue with the play. I think they're going to take a quick injury timeout here. We'll keep it right here. Last minute and media timeout on the floor. Or they just came out the media timeout, so they're going to just do an injury timeout here. So far, early on, the Bulldogs trail by 20 points. Obviously, they come into the record. They're in the cellar right now. They sit at 10th place in the SWAC right now, Akeel, with 1-7, 1-18 overall. This is not a 1-7 team here on the floor.
It's not at all right now. They fighting throughout the first half right now. You're down 24. Like I said, you have nothing to lose right now. Just play your hardest. Just play your hardest. You're down 2 games from the 8th spot in the SWAC right now. Just keep playing hard. Just stick within the game plan, and maybe you can find a way to dig out this hole.
40-16 your score. The Tigers lead by 24 now. McLeod and the Tigers running some motion offense here.
Great pass.
Delani will pull up from outside.
I like that shot from Delani Robinson. He can knock those shots down at times. Not your consistent shooter, but he can knock those every once in a while.
Just about 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Here's McConaughey from outside the arc. And over the glass. It'll be Tigers basketball.
And the thing about this big man right here with McConaughey, alongside Marvin Jones too, both of these guys can stretch the floor. They can knock down the mid-range to the 15 to 16 foot. And Marvin Jones at times during non-conference play was stretching the floor out a little bit. I would like to see more of that Marvin Jones at times though.
Delani Robinson. Jefferson thought about it, looks for Lofton. Here's the play. Lofton twitches his shot.
It happens.
He switched and then he twitched his shot.
It happens at times. You thought you see a player that's open, then you see your shot, and then you try to see the player that you're about to pass it to, then at the last minute you could draw a foul. Ooh, I could draw a foul right now. Let me put the shot up real fast. So great IQ from Zach Lofton. It happens at times to the best of us.
Zach Lofton to the free throw line to shoot 2. Coming into the contest tonight, 127 for 162. He was at 78%. Make it 128 for 163 now as the Alabama A&M Bulldogs are in the bonus. The Tigers in the bonus. Yeah.
That's a lot of free throws for one player through 8 games in conference play. That's a lot of free throws. He's majority of the reason why they're leading this team, leading the conference in free throws with 76%.
Tigers running away with it early on, 42-16.
Nice crossover by Battle, but just a travel with his teammate.
Chunk it up with a traveling violation there. Another turnover here for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. They're averaging 13 a game. And that's not going to get the job done versus the Tigers.
Not at all. You got to play very sound basketball. You're going against a team like the TSU Tigers. TSU Tigers, like I said, take away that Mississippi Valley State loss. They was on the road, put up 100 points, and you see a shot from Zach Lofton that was off on the wing. You're not going to see games like that from TSU, not very often, giving up over 100 points.
Matthew Cotton couldn't put it in down low.
He might dunk it. Okay, that was a teaser for the fans. We thought he was going to dunk it.
Have you seen him dunk?
He could dunk. He dunked in warm-ups. He's on YouTube. I seen it last year, true story. In practice, not going to say any names. He was on the fast break at practice. He came from that line next to the block and was about to punch it on one of TSU's former players. It didn't go in, but he got fouled. And I said, my goodness. I didn't know at 5'7" he could get up like that.
Losing the basketball is the Bulldogs. Here's McConaughey going back in for the slam as he tries to get a little encouragement for his Bulldogs. 44-18. They cut the lead, but not by much. They still trail by 26.
They need more guys to step up with McConaughey. McConaughey has 8 points. They need more people to step up. He has 10 of their points in ill-advised pass, miscommunication on that part with Lofton and Trey Jefferson.
Who are some Tigers that impressed you early on here in the first half?
I like Stephen Bennett right now. The obvious person is Trey Jefferson, but we expect 11 points from Trey Jefferson off the bench. We know what he could bring to the table. Stephen Bennett, he has 4 points, but his presence in the paint on the defensive side of the ball, having a task to hold the best big man right now in the SWAC with McConaughey, that's a very hard task, a very tough task. And we thought in this game it had to be Marvin Jones, but Stephen Bennett using his size as an advantage because he's bigger than Marvin Jones. So he's using that size as an advantage and getting the help side blocks to help the TSU Tigers have this lead right now.
Tigers going to run a little motion here. Here's Bennett.
Good pass.
No look pass to Lofton. Bennett gets his own rebound, looks for Jefferson. He'll reset the offense.
Great pass.
Tigers will play for one here. Tigers lead this one 44-20. We'll hear from head coach Mike Davis going into the locker room. See if Marcus Smith can get over there.
A nice suit from Marcus Smith today as well.
Great job. Shot is up from downtown. Rebound Lofton as he puts it up for 2. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
That was a good shot by Trey Jefferson. The shot clock was going down, killing the clock before halftime. Good shot. He can knock those down as well. Trey Jefferson's just an electrifying player all around. One of the best guards in the SWAC, and he's coming off the bench.
Zach Lofton to the free throw line and shoot 2. Hits the first. Got to hit your free throws, son. Have to hit your free throws.
You have to hit those. Those are easy free points for you. And throughout the season, he's taking advantage of that.
Second free throw was up. Second free throw was good. 46-20 your score, and the Tigers lead this one by 26 now. Bulldogs playing for the last shot. Here it comes. Deidrick Petty count the bucket.
Great shot by the freshman Petty.
Deidrick Petty puts it inside the bucket. And that will do it for the first half here. And let's see if Marcus can catch up with head coach Mike Davis on the sideline. And Mike Davis is off and under. He's on into the races. He's into the locker room to get it going here. He's got the assistant coach, Donnie Marsh, instead. Let's see if he has it right about now.
I'm here with assistant coach Marsh. Coach, first half, you're the defensive guru. How do you feel about the 22 points allowed in the first half?
Well, honestly, I should feel real good about it, but I thought we could keep them under 20. We had a couple breakdowns down towards the end, but we'll settle for 22. That'll be okay.
Going into the next half, what are you looking forward to defensively? Do you want to hold them under 50, under 40?
Well, our number was under 60, but now they're at 20. I think under 50 is where we probably want to be. We just got to play with the same amount of energy and effort and stay attuned to what our game plan is.
All right, Coach, best of luck in the second half.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to you, fellas.
Yeah, and head coach Donnie Marsh talking about the goals, the defensive goals for tonight, Akil. And that's one of the things that you talk about when you talk about defensive stands. And you mentioned it, Donnie Marsh, the defensive guru for the Tigers out there tonight.
He is the defensive guru. He's the best defensive coach in all of SWAC right now. I think he's doing a very good job holding them under 22 points. He said he want to hold them under 20. I thought he was doing a good job on the defensive side of the ball with this team. I like what they was doing with Bennett and Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones 9 and 5, only has 1 foul. Bennett getting the help side blocks. Containing Mechanical. Mechanical has 10, but like we talk about the usage percentage. If there was analytics in SWAC, he would have a high usage percentage alongside with Zettler because the offense is ran through Mechanical.
That'll do it for the first half. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network.
Uptown Diamond offers an experience like no other. From the 100% customization to the true lifetime guarantee, we identify the traditional 4 C's: cut, color, clarity, and carat. But capture is something only Uptown Diamond provides. Capture is a diamond's intangible ability to accurately reflect you and the special person receiving your custom jewelry. You've captured her heart. Now, take her breath away.
Reaching whole world of whatever in the name of a ridiculously good time. If you're up for whatever, look for your message on Bud Light bottles. Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
Think.
Question.
Cut.
Compare.
Learn something new.
Debunk something old.
Hit a wall.
And think again. Model. Plan.
Spin.
Discard.
Now breathe.
And keep going.
Work till it's late.
Then early. Then late again.
Smile.
Laugh.
Rest.
Regroup.
Use technology.
Use your hands.
Use everything you've got.
That's what it takes.
Define the fabric of a team. It's not selfish. It's not boastful. It's about many, sewn together to reach one common goal. But in order to win, you must learn to work together.
My name is Zach. My mom works, so I ride Metro's 52 to school every day. I'm the drum major for Cashmere High School's Thunder Soul Marching Band. Every time I hit the field, it's like a dream. I just feed off the energy. But my real dream is to go from the Thunder Soul to the Ocean of Soul at TSU. And Metro's gonna take me there. I'm Zach, and this is my Metro.
People who make the right moves, a rocket move.
to Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside Akeel Williams. Marcus Smith on the sidelines, going straight up to the bucket is the Bulldogs and getting their own rebounds here.
And you see right now Stephen Bennett is getting the start in the second half in place of Marvin Jones due to the great first half of Bennett.
Ontario Mechanical with the quick two. Let's go live to Marcus Smith on the sidelines.
So guys, second half is underway. We have a bit Tigers, of course 22 points. Honestly, it's another one of those blowouts. And we have to see what they do in the second half. We know TSU can usually get way too ahead of themselves, get excited. So we'll see how they close in the second half. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, great assessment right there. You know, the Tigers are up by 24, 22 points here in the second half. But what are you going to do to close this game out? That's what we want to see from the Tigers. How good can they be in the second half here?
Well, right now in the first half, they only had 1 turnover as opposed to Alabama A&M 7. So the 7 turnovers that they caused from Alabama A&M and had 10 points of those off of turnovers. All they got to do is be patient now. Just play slow tempo basketball. You have a 22-point lead. You have a 22-point lead right now in the second half. You're going against a team in Alabama A&M who's on the verge of possibly going 1-8. So all you're doing is just keep playing your style of basketball. What got you this lead in the first half?
Zach Lofton. Driving. And missed the basketball there. Bulldogs trail by 22. Shot is up
Good
by
shot.
Wiley. Count the bucket.
Good shot by Evan Wiley right there on the close 12-foot jump on the right.
Demontre Jefferson dribbles. Delani Robinson to the
Good
glass.
drive. Good aggressive drive from Dulani.
Foul is number 42, Quintarian McConico, his second of the night.
And I always like Trey along with Delani Robinson in the game at the same time. 2 guys that can bring energy to a team. 2 of the guys that, hey, Trey is a scorer. He can handle the rock. He can handle the ball. Dulani is a guy I feel that feeds off of him. Dulani is a person that knows his style of game. Sometimes you see him trying to do a little bit too much at times, but he knows when to bring it down from a 10 to a 5.
2 more free throws from the Tigers right there, make the score 50-28. We had a conversation with defensive guru assistant coach Johnny Marsh in that first half out the locker room or going into the locker room, and he mentioned that he's got a game plan for his Tigers here and the Alabama A&M Bulldog offense here in the second half as well.
Yeah, if you're in the locker room right now, you're telling your guys right now from TSU, Donnie Marsh, he said he wants to hold them under 20. Well, I think he's doing a heck of a job right now, holding them to under 30 right now. They might not cross that 50-point mark. We'll see. They might let up towards the end, bring out the reserves. But if you're in that locker room, you're just telling them, hey, keep playing defense, keep playing great defense. You're telling Bennett, be an impact. Contain McConico. McConico has 14. He's going to get his. He's going to get his points, but don't let the role players catch fire and heat up.
Demontre Jefferson, and he might be whistled for the traveling violation right there.
And sometimes he catch that at times. You know, he has a street ball mentality. He's a street baller. He going to go at a fast pace. He going to bring you the craziest handles you'll ever see in SWAC basketball. I can't remember a guy in SWAC that had his style of play in recent memory. So he's going to have that at times with travel violation. He get at least maybe once every 2 or 3 games.
McConico backs down Bennett, losing the basketball. Here come the Tigers. Kevin Scott. Scott looking for Lofton. Jefferson comes away with it. Scott tried to get into Bennett.
That wasn't it right there.
Gets it right back.
There you go.
Slam jam by Kevin Scott.
There you go. Make it up for that. That wasn't a good pass to Bennett, but he made up for it with the steal and the dunk.
And head coach of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, Willie Hayes, not impressed right now.
But it's right now, you look at this team right now in Alabama and that, hey, you got a guy in Mechanico. We keep talking about him. But, hey, you have to. He's their best guy on that team. He's taking the place of Ladarius Tapp, who was the main person on the perimeter, one of the best guys to come out of the SWAC in the past 5 to 10 years. Mechanico, it's a tough spot for him right now because, like we talked about earlier, the format changed in the tournament. You're 10th right now in the SWAC. You're 2 games behind the 8th spot with Valley and Alabama State, your rival. So you got to find a way to dig out this hole. You're in the middle part of this conference play. You might have a loss down the road, but you got to find a way to get back into this place to get to the 8th spot.
Scott tried to go up with it, but Bennett right there to put up the scraps. 2 more points there for the big man from Lake Station, Indiana.
And you know what? He might not have the most points at the end of the game, but he's flirting with that player of the game on him. He really is. This is the best Bennett I have seen all season long, all conference play, because usually we get a play like this from Marvin Jones, but it's Bennett off the bench that's stepping up.
Immediate time out on the floor, 54-30 your score. The Tigers lead by 24. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger Basketball on the TSU Sports Network. Welcome back to Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside Akil Williams. And a basket there by the Tigers right out the break. Tigers up now by 24.
This is right now TSU. This is the best basketball I've seen all season long. Granted, yeah, they're playing against a 1-17 in Alabama A&M. That's last in the conference. But they're playing very sound basketball. And you see Bennett coming out the game. Great performance that we've seen from him. Might come back in the game. We'll see depending on how big the league gets. But this is a very sound basketball game and a very sound basketball team. They playing like they playing like a TSU Tiger team that we're used to seeing.
Let's go live to Marcus Smith on the sidelines.
Yeah, so, guys, this timeout, Coach Davis was really putting emphasis on defense. A couple instances they were out of position, and he's making sure that they're on that they play help side defense. And then back on offense, just continue to finish. He said, play through all contact. Don't worry about the rest calls. He'll deal with that from a coach's standpoint. Just focus on making the basket and getting the easy buckets. Back to you guys.
Yeah, great job there by Marcus Smith. He's got a point. You know, you're up by 20 points and you just want to keep the lead. It's almost like a fresh ball game here. You want to win the first half and you want to win the second half. That guarantees your victory.
Yeah, you're up by 29, close to 30 points, and you see an Alabama A&M team that can't shoot the three ball. They are 0 for 6 from the three-point range, and that will be a way to get back in this game. And great note, it was out of turnover from Trey Jefferson, but you up by 29. You're not really intimidated by none of their perimeter players on that team, but you just want to keep playing the same basketball in 40 minutes. You don't want to let up at all. We're going to see sooner or later that the reserve is going to come into the game, but you're going to tell them too, hey, just play basketball. You're here for a reason.
To the free throw line is Rakia Battle, the senior from Harvest, Alabama. He's been here a while. He's one of the floor leaders, as you talked about on the floor. Rakia battled tonight, the senior, with that's his first point tonight from the free throw line. So he hasn't been able to get into the game much in the scoring column, but from an assist column and a floor general column, he's been there, but hasn't been the best for the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah, he's not really a main scorer. He only averages 5 points a game in conference play. He's more your guy that's on an extended coach. This is senior year. He knows the system. He knows Coach Willie Hayes very well. This is a guy that is one of the top assist leaders in the SWAC with close to 5 assists a game. And usually look at this Alabama A&M team. There's too much perimeter scoring on TSU, and it's just too much for Alabama A&M to keep up with.
Quick foul there by Battle. His third of the contest. Tigers first in the SWAC overall.
Great aggressive move. That was a great move from Kevin Scott.
Kevin Scott from Omaha, Nebraska. Not much basketball. I don't never heard too many.
Not at all. You know, that's crazy. You see people that go to Nebraska. You don't see guys that come out of Nebraska and be a guy like Kevin Scott. You know, had one of the guys in the Lamarck area in Terran Petaway that was from Galveston Ball that went to Nebraska and went to the league. And you don't see really too much guys coming out of Nebraska. That's very odd.
Shot is up by the Bulldogs, no good, and the Tigers save it. Delani Robinson back on the push. Robinson will take it himself. Creates his own shot. Marvin Jones tried to come over with the rebound, and he's back into the contest after that injury. Here's the alley-oop, and Marvin Jones, now Zach Lofton from behind the glass.
Great layup.
The circus layup.
Great layup from Zach Lofton. I thought Marvin Jones was going to get it. He's so long. He has a wingspan of 7'5". You can just throw it up there. He should get it. But, you know, the 44 Sharif was in the way. I'm pretty sure if he wasn't in the way, that would have been a powerful slam.
You know, the Tigers didn't have any non-conference home games this season before their conference season, so I really didn't get a chance to see the Tigers play except on television. But I would love to see Derek Griffin and, you know, Marvin Jones play together in this lineup.
I'll tell you what, when I seen them play non-conference, coming into the season knowing that Derek Griffin's going to be on the team, you think to yourself, with him in that lineup, he was averaging a double-double throughout non-conference play. And there was some games when you seen Marvin Jones and Derek Griffin was playing like some twin towers, because Derek Griffin is 6'8", but he got away with it in the SWAC play. Anywhere else he wouldn't get away with it. He'll be a guard almost. And you look at how they was playing together along with Trey Jefferson when he came with Louisville in that game, it was a highlight reel to see. You thinking expectations for the fans was like, hey, I cannot wait to see TSU play with Griffin and Trey Jefferson, because what we seen in non-conference play and what we expected from them before the season, they was going to be like Sean Kemp, Blake Griffin. Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. Them days, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, because they was electrifying. You had, if Marvin Jones got into foul trouble, you will have Derek Griffin with the help side block, and we seen that plenty of times in non-conference play. So I understand his situation. I understand why he chose to go to the draft and lead the team. So, but TSU right now is playing great ball without him. Some of the things you wish you still had with him on the team, but they're first place in SWAC right now. They're not missing a beat.
And we definitely want to shout out Derek Griffin and good luck, you know, representing Texas Southern coming up in the NFL draft during the first weekend in March, I think, or April, excuse me.
Should be in, I want to say last weekend of March.
Weekend of March, all right.
They changed it up a couple of times. He should get drafted. He should. I'm not going to speak first round or second, but I'll speak coming out, he should be a top 3, top 4 receiver. There's not a lot of guys in the college football right now that's over him. I see D.D. Westbrook from Oklahoma or Mike Williams from Clemson, but other than that, it's a toss-up. You can put Griffin at number 3 or 4.
Looks like you're a football guy by heart.
You know I'm a football guy at heart. I love basketball too. I feel like football was in my blood. My whole family played football. They ain't go to the NFL or nothing, but they played in college.
All right. Akia Williams, a student here at Texas Southern out of Stafford High School from Missouri City, Texas. But Kevin Scott, all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, shot was up and he had it blocked. But he went to the house and drew a foul. And another foul on number 22 for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. That's Eugene Jones Jr.
And from our angle, we could be honest, that looked like it was a bailout foul. From our angle. I'm not going to sit here and say it really was, but he got away with that when it was one of them 50-50 calls. Did he get him on the arm? Did he touch the ball? But from my angle, like, it was a little questionable call on that one.
Zach Lofton leads all scorers with 17 for the Tigers. On the other side of the basketball, number 42, Quintarian McConico with 14. Shot was up by Kevin Scott. It was missed. And looks as though a loose ball foul on the Tigers there. Or was it a lane violation? It was a foul.
Lane violation on
number
that one.
Number 2, Zach Lofton.
Oh, number 2, third foul. Okay. Thought it was a little, like he said, it just not look a little questionable. But hey, it is what it is. They're about 30 plus.
33 to be exact. Battle. Leaves it for Johnston. Here's Petty. McConico backs down Bennett. Jump hook, no good. Here comes Lofton. Looks for Jefferson. This could be nasty here.
Great layup.
Jefferson puts it up for 2. 67-32 your score. The lead is now 35. No need for a foul there. Just let him go. Great job there by Bennett. Here comes Scott. Scott looks for Jefferson. Jefferson from the corner pocket. In and out, rebound, Lofton. Count it.
It's getting too easy for Zach Lofton. It's getting way too easy right now for Zach Lofton. He's getting rebounds like he's a big man. Like I said, best player in the SWAC right now.
Immediate timeout on the floor. The Tigers extend the lead to 37. We'll be right back. You're watching Fighting Tiger Basketball on the TSU Sports Network. Welcome back to Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Nick Strong alongside Akeel Williams enjoying courtside broadcast seats here at the H&P Arena. 69-32 your score, and the Tigers are off away into the races they go.
Off way to the races they go, and right now you up 37 with 11 minutes left. And I want to touch on Zach Lofton for a minute. Me being at this campus and seeing him last year, this is literally a working horse. Working horse. We'll get back to him after we talk to Marcus Smith.
When you have a blowout such as this one, there's not much you can say. There was a moment when Coach Mike Davis, he was thinking to himself, what else can I say to this team? They're up by almost 40 points. So Coach Marsh stepped in and had only this to say: do not let up. Continue to stay sound defensively, and the rest is history. Back to you guys.
Great job there by Marcus Smith. He's been working real hard today. I like what he has to say. With that being said, let's get right back into it. What's going on the floor here?
Oh, we have the best cheerleaders in SWAC right now.
All right.
The best cheerleaders in SWAC. See them at school every day. A quick shout out to the TSU cheerleaders. They are quite good-looking young ladies. They're the best cheerleaders in SWAC. But I want to get to Zach Lofton. Yeah. He's a true working horse. Zach Lofton is a guy. Literally, when I see him on campus, this is all class, gym, and repeat. Class, gym, sleep, repeat. He walk around the school with a jug of water, a jug of water every day. I never seen him hang out in a Tiger Walk that much.
Right.
He went to point A to point B. He knew where he was going. This was when he was redshirted too, when he first got to campus. He is a true working horse, and that's where it matters most, Nick. The preparation. matters just as much as the game. And if you back it up from the practice and you playing like it, he's playing like it this season. He puts in all the work, all the timeless hours. Gym, class, sleep, repeat. Each and every time.
That's Zach Lofton for you.
That's Zach Lofton for you from Minnesota.
Cold as ice. Cold like Minnesota, as Little Yachty would say. Zach Lofton. Tyree Bynum back into the contest. Tigers looking good. DeMontre Jefferson. Finger roll. No good.
He usually makes those layups all the time.
Tigers lead by 37. You know, you talked about some of your keys to victory early on. Let's revisit those keys to victory you have. Let's talk about it one more time for the Tigers. Did they live up to their expectations or your expectations?
Well, the free throw line, they 10 for 10. They got to the free throw line, so that's 1 for 1 right now. Don't let the Bulldogs beat you inside. Points in the paint, you out scoring them points in the paint 20-16. So it's still not too bad, but because 14 of those points was from McConaughey, and we expected that. So 16, that's still a good job. Stick to playing Tiger basketball. They're shooting 54% from the field as opposed to Alabama A&M's 37 because most of their points coming from McConaughey. He has 14 of their 32 points. And that's really what it was. And for Alabama A&M get to early run, they didn't do that. They let TSU get to a quick 9-2 start, and they never let up after that. Attack the paint early and often. They got 16 points in the paint. They really didn't do it as much because most of those points was from McConaughey, and we expected that, like I said, for TSU's key to victory and be patient on offense. They was patient on offense. They didn't get a lot of fast break points. 8 for TSU, none for Alabama A&M, but it's just too much length and too much athleticism on the Tiger side.
Petty from outside, no good. As we revisit those keys to victory, you know, everybody has their expectations. You know, the fact that, you know, you were able to, you know, talk about those things, and, you know, we actually get to see them come to light here, you know?
Exactly. I know, and going to the season, expectations is different from what it was now because we thought we would have Brian Carey healthy. We thought we would have Derek Griffin on the team for conference play because expectations were so high. They already had a target on their back, even though they ain't win the SWAC. Southern's the champion, but the way it's looking right now, TSU and Southern is a difference. TSU 7-1, about to go on 8-1, and Southern's 5-4. So there's a different expectation, so to speak, for TSU. What you seen if you had Brian Carey and Derek Griffin, maybe they would be undefeated right now, but they haven't slowed a bit. And the fans, they should love every bit of this TSU team because this is a very unique, a very different TSU team that we've seen in the past.
Battle to the drop bucket, and it cuts the lead to 35. DeMontre Jefferson showing off a couple of ball handling skills.
Great job from Trey Jefferson getting to the lane, getting to the hole, drawing the foul, making up for the layup he missed with the left hand earlier in the second half. But he's looking to score his 16 to 17 point of the game.
Make the lead now 36 for the Tigers. DeMontre Jefferson putting in work. 16 points now for him. You know, we talked about it early on in the first game. The Lady Bulldogs, Alabama A&M had 10 on the bench. I just noticed the Bulldogs only have 4 on the bench.
4 on the bench. They running 9. You have to run all 9 of your players.
Let me check that. They had 10 players on the roster with 5 on the bench. Did the Lady Bulldogs. Now the Bulldogs, they have 4 on the bench, 9 on the roster.
Exactly. They got to run with everybody on the team for Alabama A&M. That's part of the reason why you could probably say they 1-7 right now. They last because of the depth. Depth is very, very important, and that's what it was for Tigers last year. Why they couldn't win the championship last year? We looked at the depth of the guard position. You had David Blanks, not your true point guard like we seen with Madarius Gibbs, and that's what they lacked. They had the front court with Jose, Malcolm Riley, Derek Griffin. They was versatile. You had the shooters from Jose and Malcolm D. You had the post presence of Dead Griffin. This year, you have depth in both spots, backcourt and front.
DeMontre Jefferson shoots it from outside. Count it. Buckets. Extends the lead to 40. Had to fix your headset there. You had something sticking out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't see that.
I want to fix that for you, buddy.
I'm looking at the game. I can't even see what's on the top of my head. We had Robert Harris Jr. here next to us. He thanks a lot, Robert.
Glad to be working with your students here at Texas Southern. I'm a product myself. Glad to be helping you guys out here.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Zach Lofton now driving the baseline and count the buckets. And one.
This man's unbelievable. I'm serious, nigga. This man can do it all. This man can score from the outside, can go to the lane, can draw the foul. He's their key if they want. He's the secret recipe for this team if they want to win a championship.
All the way from St. Paul, Minnesota. You know, when you talk about a state like Minnesota, you know, kids don't get a chance to go outside much, so what is the sport of choice? Hockey or basketball?
Hockey or basketball, exactly.
I think he chose the court, the hardwood floor.
And that's a smart decision.
I want to see his ice skating skills. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up there because that's all they can do up there is skate. And it's snow. Snow everywhere, you know. Probably don't get a lot of heat. I've been in Minnesota one time, went to Minneapolis for an NABJ conference.
Yes.
In 2015, I want to say. And it was a very nice state. I like the state. I like the city of Minneapolis. I like that new football stadium, too, with the Vikings. Pretty nice stadium.
Shot is up by Merriweather, no good. And the Bulldogs just aren't shooting good tonight here.
Not at all. They're really not a great perimeter team. Most of their points, their focus is inside the paint. Is inside the perimeter, not on the outside. They have a freshman in Petty. Petty right now is averaging 15 a game in SWAC play. I like the future for them. I like the future of Alabama A&M along with him.
Media timeout on the floor, 77-35 your score. Tigers lead it by 42. You're watching Fighting Tiger basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. Welcome back to Fighting Tiger basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. 77-35 your score, and the Tigers are running away with this one. Just under 8 minutes left to go here in the contest, and the Tigers are looking to stay at the top of the SWAC.
And you still see the main guys in for TSU right now. I think it's about the time you up 42. You can possibly put your reserves in the game.
Let's check in to see what Marcus Smith has to say on the sidelines.
I was listening in on Alabama A&M's head coach, and the conversation was this: slow the ball down. Let's get easy buckets. The game is obviously out of reach, but hey, never say never. Even if they can still win, but they have to fight. They have to do all they can if they think they can get back in this game. Back to you guys.
And you know what? The game is never over. I've seen strange things happen before in this game of basketball.
Yeah, I've seen strange things, but 42 with 7 minutes left. I had never seen nothing like that. And the only time you're going to get that, you play NBA 2K. You put the game off of Hall of Fame and put on rookie, and you can make a comeback and change the game slide. That's the only way you can come back down 42.
You play 2K now?
Oh, come on, man. I play on my downtime. I play video games. You know, if I'm not doing nothing, I play Madden.
I grew up on NBA Live, man.
NBA Live was nice too. NBA Live. See, they didn't get good until 06. 06 was the last one. Right. We could throw the dunk contest, All-Star Weekend. That's when it was good. But after that, they started getting lackadaisical. They started focusing on Madden.
An All-Star Weekend now, All-Star Weekend mode now.
They did on Live, and we talking about Marvin Jones shooting a 3 early, and he goes stretching the floor. They have it, but it's like, you know, it's not like NBA 2K. NBA 2K, they looking very good right now in their games.
All right. I'm a little old, man. I haven't played a video game
it's okay.
like that in a while.
Oh, it's okay. You can be from the NBA Jam era. It's okay. I heard that was probably the greatest basketball game, but we beg to differ in our era.
We actually had a March Madness video game back in the day as well.
And that was good, too. I had the one with Carmelo Anthony on the cover. That's the last one I had.
One thing we're seeing right now, as we pointed out, you know, they've got Coach Davis is putting both big men in the game right now. You see you see Marvin Jones, and you see Stephen Bennett into contest at the same time now. Maybe something he may be looking forward to down the road.
Yeah, because you up right now by a lot, and the only reason why you will have them two guys in, and you don't see both. You see both Sharif and McConnell win. Even though they wouldn't bring the team back at this point, you still want to see, okay, Bennett and Jones was working early in the game. Let's keep them in. Let's see how they look some more. Maybe we could preview it for preview game Saturday and have those two guys in, and maybe they can have the same Bennett can have the same impact. We know that Marvin Jones gonna have the impact when he stay out of foul trouble.
Yes.
But let's see what Bennett does in this game towards the end, and can we bring it along with preview?
80-35, your score. More free throws made here by the Tigers tonight. 6.5 left to go here in the contest, and the Tigers are flirting with their 8th victory in SWAC play here. You know, some of the things that we see down the stretch here, you know, Coach Davis is playing with the lineup a little bit. Alabama A&M Bulldogs, their season isn't over. What are some things that you want to see from them coming down the stretch here?
As far as the Bulldogs?
Yes.
As far as the Bulldogs, you know, you're going to go down 1-8. The remainder of your schedule, you're going to start playing the same teams twice now. We're in the middle part of the season now. You got to keep fighting. Even though they changed the format from 10 to 8 in the tournament, you're going to be down 3 games, possibly 2, depending on the rest of the scores tonight. You can still fight. You lost to TSU. This TSU. You know, it wasn't far-fetched, but it was a chance that you might get beat on the road against a team like TSU. That's the best team in SWAC right now when they're fundamentally sound on all aspects of the game. In Alabama, and they had nothing to hang their heads on. They just got to bounce back, come back Saturday, and just watch film over this game and see what you can do on Saturday.
On the other side of the basketball, the Tigers, obviously they lead here by 40+, 45 to be exact. We see head coach Mike Davis going small with one big and Marvin Jones. What do you want to see from them here on defense and obviously offense going down the stretch?
Going down defense, this is the best performance I've seen on defense throughout this season. They gave up less than 30% shooting with Alabama A&M this game. Now, granted, Alabama A&M is last in shooting, close to last, only putting up 34% from the field. On defensive side of the ball, I want to see. I know what I'm gonna expect from Marvin Jones. I'm glad he's not fouling. When he's not fouling, he can control the paint like no other in the SWAC. Once he do that, you have a guy like Bennett, and this was Bennett's coming out party per se, because this is his best performance, and it was against a team like Alabama A&M, because last game they got dominated in the paint against Alabama State. So on the defensive side of the ball, that's what I want to see. Now on the offense, it's quite different. They have electrifying scorers in Trey Jefferson. McLeod can give you 10 to 12. Zach Lofton, he's going to give you 20 in his sleep. He's going to give you 20 points regardless when it is. And his last 2 games, he hasn't shot very well from the field. This game, very, very efficient. 7 for 13, 21 points, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. That's what's going to happen if they want to keep dominating down the stretch for TSU.
Tigers now lead it by 45. Here's Jelani Robinson trying to hit 2 threes in a row, in and out. Bulldogs trying to make another run. They're not giving up just yet. Here come the Tigers. They've got numbers, 4-on-1. And McLeod takes it to the lane.
You got to make that.
And McLeod couldn't put it in the bucket. And Marvin Jones didn't even step in the way. 4-on-3. Robinson, McLeod, corner pocket. No good.
And you see TSU's not letting up at all. You'll see most teams slow it down at this point. You're up by 45. You'll see most guards pull it out, but TSU still trying to push. Look like they're trying to get the 90-point mark. That's what it's looking like.
They're close. They're close. To the free throw line is Lamont Walker, the junior from Chicago, Illinois, my hometown.
Your hometown.
My hometown.
Very interesting. Chicago, Illinois. What part?
It's only one part. South side.
South side Chicago. Okay. South side Chicago, stand up.
Graduate of Kenwood Academy. Everybody watching back home for the family of Lamont Walker and Marvin Jones. Shouts out to Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago,
Tweet
Illinois.
us on the broadcast. Send us a chat. Lamont Walker hits another free throw. Make the score 85-38.
I guess you got to talk to your boys in Chicago. They have a turmoil going on in the Bulls franchise organization right now.
I'm just going to worry about Texas Southern this year. I'm definitely going to worry about my Tigers. Here's the shot by Merriweather. Merriweather couldn't put in the bucket. Just above 4 minutes left to go here. Jelani Robinson still running the point here for the Tigers. Bennett loses it, but a foul is going to be called on Eugene Jones. His third foul. Eugene Jones, also from Illinois, Belleville, Illinois. That's a little bit more further south and central in the state of Illinois. About 2 hours away from Chicago.
I need to go there one day. I've never been to Chicago. Only been most of the South. My family from New Orleans, Atlanta, Kansas. One of my sisters stay in Kansas. Been to California. Been most part. I've never been to Chicago, though. I want to go one day.
All right.
The Windy City.
Maybe next time the Tigers, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they played Northwestern a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they did.
In Chicago.
They did.
We'll see if you can make the trip next time.
Man, I hope so. If they get another game in Illinois, I hope I can make that one.
Head coach Willie Hayes still on his feet, coaching on the sidelines for the Bulldogs. All the way to the end he goes. Media timeout coming up soon as Bynum puts it in the bucket.
And that's what Bynum can do. Bynum can make those shots. He just got to get his morale high, his confidence boost, because the last few games, he wasn't making those shots. He can make those at times. Let's see if he can carry that to the next game against Prairie View.
Bynum shooting 32% on the season before this contest started tonight from outside the arc. Here's the shot by Merriweather. The senior from Pinson, Alabama, puts it in the bucket. Saving face for the Bulldogs right now.
And we talked about Coach Willie Hayes standing up still coaching. You still got to coach your guys right now. You're down about 49, close to 50. You still got to coach regard. You still got to stay on them. You still have to be on their heads at all times. You don't want to give up on your players, even though they're down big. You still got to stay on their heels, stay on their toes.
Media timeout on the floor, the last one of the contest. 89-40. The Tigers lead this one by 49. You're watching Fighting Tiger basketball on the TSU Sports Network. Welcome back to Fighting Tiger Basketball here on the TSU Sports Network. 89-40 your score, and the Tigers are flirting with 100 points here.
Flirting with 100 points. They have 89. And this is the key stat that stands out to me. 43 points off the bench for TSU for only 12 for Alabama. And then we go through the stat line. Zach Lawther with 21 points. DeMontre Jefferson with 20. Stephon Bennett with 10 and 11 rebounds. Has a double-double. So he could be one of our player of the game honors as well.
Let's check in on the sidelines with my main man. Not sure if he knows we're ready. Trying to give him a little bit of airtime here. He's not paying attention. Nevertheless, a technical foul for the Tigers, and that'll send Pettit to the free throw line. Let's go to Marcus Smith on the sidelines.
Coach Donnie Marsh at the break, guys. Only thing he had to say was, make sure you got your matchups right. They're cruising onto a victory. Just 3 minutes left in the ball game. It's pretty clear. Alabama A&M not going to be able to come back from this one. You can already mark a TSU win. We have fans in the back just behind the bench telling the opposite coach, load the buses up, get the bus warmed up. It's a maroon and gray victory tonight, guys. Back to you.
And back to us we go as the Tigers break the 90 mark. And the lead is now 49.
So I have a challenge for you, Nick. Now I got to ask ourselves, can they break 100 points or Alabama A&M will score 50? They down 49 right now. Pass to Austin Johnson.
And 2 more points there for the Bulldogs. They're going to try to play a little defense here. They're probably not going to try to let the Tigers score 100.
Not at all. And do you see TSU scoring 100 or you see Alabama A&M scoring 50? Which one comes first?
Whoa, good question. I'm going to say the 100 for TSU.
Because Coach Marsh said he wanted to hold them under 50. They're doing a heck of a job right now. And the bench wanted Washington to shoot the ball. Now they got Bynum to shoot the ball.
Rutherford. No good. Bynum on the rebound. And Jalen McLeod. They got to try to – the fans want 100.
The fans want it. The fans want it. They deserve it. They should get it.
Walker. Tigers just can't put it inside the bucket.
This is a great performance right now from TSU. This is a great performance from them.
Dedrick Pettit. Shot is up. Count the bucket for the Bulldogs.
Good fade away. Good fade away from Eugene Jones, Jr., the sophomore.
Tiger faithful still holding on here in H&P Arena. And shot there by the Tigers. Eric Washington just didn't go in, the senior from Birmingham, Alabama. He's actually from Alabama, so he passed up on Alabama A&M and Alabama State to come to TSU.
Exactly. Great decision from him.
Here he comes again. And I think he stepped out of bounds. Or no, he's fouled.
He got fouled. And the fans, like, they love him. Eric Washington, the guy, don't get a lot of playing time. But guys know, fans know that he can play the game of basketball. And if he didn't, he wouldn't be here recruited by Coach Mike Davis and his coaching staff.
And the Eric Washington fan club goes wow. Great job there by Eric Washington getting into the game. Rebound to Rutherford, and another quick foul on number 24, Evan Wiley. That's his second. Jamie Rutherford to the free throw line. The junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. And we can't hit our free throws down the stretch.
And this one of the games, that everybody bonds. So it's a game like this. You up by 40, 44 points. You want to see your reserves get their first buckets of their season as a Tiger, and that's what it was for Eric Washington and Jamie Rutherford as well.
92-47, the lead is 45. Not sure if the Tigers are going to get 100 here, but the Alabama A&M Bulldogs sure are looking for at least 50. Merriweather with the basketball now, the right wing. Crossover dribble from the outside arc. In and out the bucket, no good. Here come the Tigers. And the Tigers are looking for the 8th victory. And in just 9 seconds, they are going to get it. 92-47 is going to be your final here from the H&PE Arena. And the Tigers move to 8-1 in SWAC play. Great game tonight, Akil, by the Tigers.
Great game from the Tigers. The best performance they had all season. They moved to 8-1. Now they got to get ready for the big showdown. The big game before the Super Bowl against the Prairie View A&M Panthers. They beat them early in the season.
Before we go there, we'll have the alma mater. But, just in reference to tonight's contest, Tigers looked like they were ready. They came out and, dominated in the first half, which is what you want, especially at home. When you take a team that's down like Alabama A&M, you got to hit them while they're down. And that's what they did there early on in the first half.
Hit them while they're down and keep standing while they're down as well. That first half we talked about, they shot 53% to Alabama A&M 31. Second half, TSU shot a marvelous 14 for 24, 58% from the field, as opposed to Alabama A&M's 27%. And overall, 55% from TSU. This is their best shooting performance of the night. 3 players in double figures with Zach Lawton at 21, Trey Jefferson off the bench with 20, and Stephon Bennett, 10 points and 11 rebounds as well.
Let's talk about the other side tonight. The Alabama A&M Bulldogs just couldn't get the job done. They just came out a little flat early on.
We knew coming in the main focus was going to be Criterion McConaughey. He give you 14 points, but he had 6 turnovers, and that's due to the system being ran through him.
We'll take a short break. We'll listen to the alma mater.
This was a dominant game from you guys. We haven't seen this type of play. Can you guys emulate this game for next week, the big rivalry game against Prairie View?
That's what we need to do, go into practice, play hard, Now that we can do it, we can play together. I don't see any reason why we can't do it.
Do you see the game kind of getting easier as you guys gel together, as you guys grow together, looking forward into the end of SWAC season and then hopefully an NCAA tournament appearance?
Yeah. Now that we see when we share the ball and gel together, it's a lot easier, for everybody. Everybody can still get what they want. If they're worried about stats, we're not really worried about stats, but everybody can get what they want, you know what I mean? So as long as we play together, we'll be fine.
Best of luck to you, man. Congratulations on the win. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, as we talked about, as Marcus just talked about, Zach Lofton, player of the game. One of the things that Coach Davis implements, as a coach, Mike Davis has been to the national championship. So I'm sure practice and, goals for the season involve him getting back to the national championship as a coach. But if he gets there, his team gets there. And those are some of the goals that the Tigers want to do. They want to win the conference. They want to be the best in the conference. And they want to move on inside the NCAA playoffs this year.
And he talked about that, too, before the season started, before the non-conference started. He wanted to take his team to the Final Four. And he felt like with these players, this roster, we seen George Mason. We seen Florida Gulf Coast make historical runs from smaller conferences. He feels with this TSU team, along with Zach Lofton, Trey Jefferson, Delani Robinson, Jalen McLeod, and Marvin Jones, the grad student, he feels that, hey, I can take this team. I am confident enough that I can take this team to not only win a SWAC championship, but to make a run in the tournament. And I see why he has the confidence, because this team is talented.
Talking about talent, who are some of the other Tigers that we really didn't talk about tonight but still made a big impact?
Stephon Bennett. We said his name quite a few times, but that's a guy we don't really say. We didn't say throughout the season. He put up a double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds, along with 2 key blocks in the first half. And he's just one of them guys, man. If he could carry this from this game and carry it on to the rest of the season, this team can be deadly. Because we talked about the absence of Derek Griffin. When he came off the help side, when Marvin Jones is in trouble, Derek Griffin will be the guy to get the blocks and have that presence felt in the paint. If Stephon Bennett can do the same thing, don't be like Derek Griffin. Be Stephon Bennett. If he can do that and carry this along the rest of the season, this team can be scared than what we said before the season started.
Still waiting for head coach Mike Davis to come over. We'll talk with him before we go off air tonight. Last but not least, we've got a big game coming up on Saturday. The Tigers, obviously they've done their thing. They're trying to get into the, win column again for Saturday night. It's going to be a big atmosphere here tonight. Prairie View is going to come in. Record's going to be thrown out the window. Prairie View, we're not sure of the score down there tonight with Alabama State. But the atmosphere Saturday night here is going to be off the hook.
It's going to be off the hook. It's going to be packed. We thought tonight was a good crowd. Wait till Saturday. And wait till Saturday. I'm going to come with my suit. I'm going to come with a suit this time. I'm going to have a suit this time. Best believe. But that game is going to be big. Prairie View's trying to fight for a nice seed in the tournament, because you get to a point now, we got through the first half of the season. We got through the first 9 games of conference play. Now the second half, you're going to see the same teams twice now. And they beat them early in the season in the Baby Dome. Now they come into the toughest place in all of conference play in the HP&E Arena Saturday night. It's going to be a great one.
Going to be a great one. Who are some of the things, or who are some of the players that you saw in Prairie View squad last game while you were up there in the Baby Dome in Prairie View that may impact something tomorrow night?
See, I wasn't even there the last game.
Oh, you didn't go?
I didn't go.
Okay.
It was through the radio, and them guys, they have a couple of guys. They have Zach Hamilton. I always speak about. He's from where I'm from, Missouri City, Texas. Went to Westbury Christian High School. He's one of the guys that made an impact in last year's game against TSU at home.
I think he's got 2 state championships with Westbury.
2 state champions, yes, he do. And he's one of the guys that's young. He's a sophomore on that team, and he's a young player. And I feel like he can make the same presence that he did last year, having an impact. He's not going to give you 25 or 30. He's not going to be a Zach Lofton, but he's going to be a guy that can make his presence felt and be a significant role and probably contain Zach Lofton come Saturday.
And head coach Mike Davis is over there. Let's get him while he's available. And he's going to come over here or head over there with Marcus Smith on the sidelines.
And we got to get him quick, because Coach Mike Davis could be on the run. He's very fast. You see his 40 time?
Everybody knows head coach Mike Davis. Let's take a listen and see what he has to say tonight after tonight's victory. Marcus Smith is catching up with him right about now. Let's go right about now.
I'm here with Coach Mike Davis of the Texas Southern men's basketball team head coach. Coach, you guys shot 51% from outside, not from outside, but field goals as a whole. Just How tough is this team to beat when they're playing like this, when they're playing this well on offense?
Well, we want to score the basket. We don't want to shoot a lot of three-point shots. We want to try to get to the free throw line as much as possible. Tonight, I think we got there 30 times again. Our goal is to get there 30 times. And I thought we did a good job of sharing the basketball. We had more assists tonight in the first half than what we averaged per game. So it was a good sign for us as well.
Defensively, Coach, you held them to 30% shooting. Just talk about the defensive effort. I know that's something you guys harp on. You guys talk about religiously out there. Just harp on the defensive effort tonight.
Well, our defense was good, but I think they was a little tired. They traveled 13 hours, second game in 3 days, so it's really tough to play on Monday night when you make that Alabama trip. The Alabama trip was a monster. Trust me, we made it before. As a matter of fact, we're going to fly to Alabama this year instead of riding the bus.
All right, got it. You don't got to get the miles up, Coach. So let's talk about next Saturday, of course, the rivalry game against Prairie View. You're not too big on these rivalry games. You see every game as the same. So what's your mindset going in? How do you prepare?
Every game not the same now. The PV game is totally different no matter if it's home or the road. We want to stay focused the same way, but we got to understand that we need a little more intensity, a little more focus for this game. This game is a big game. It'll be 6,000 to 7,000 people here on Saturday, so we should be excited about playing.
Well, best luck to you, Coach. Have a good week in practice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Guys, back to you.
That'll do it tonight here from the H&P Arena. Your final thoughts, Akil. Your final thoughts.
Best performance of the season from TSU. I expected to bring it from today and bring it on a Saturday at home against Prairie View.
92-47, the Tigers win in big fashion by 45. For my sideline reporter, Marcus Smith, my color announcer, Akil Williams, I'm Nick Strong. Glad to have you along. Thank you for watching, and good night.